How to get good at Hypixel Skyblock. I get asked a lot of questions about what's the best way to do this, what's the best way to do that, fast way to get XP, fastest way to make money, etc, etc, etc. And most of the time, my response is obviously like a game response. Like I usually recommend people go mining, invest their time into mining, because mining is going to be the most guaranteed money you're ever going to make, at least until they update and change the game. Like right now you can still make like 29 mil an hour with a max setup or something from mining gemstones, which is still absolutely insane. But one of the things I wanted to highlight on is a lot of people don't understand that Hypixel Skyblock is it's an MMO. Like it's the first MMO I've ever played inside of Minecraft. But it's a game where when you grind, you are rewarded. No matter what you grind, as long as you grind, you pick something that you want to do, you grind it, you'll be rewarded. Some things might reward a little bit better than others, but as long as you're enjoying what you're doing, I think that's the most important part of the game. Like a lot of people hate foraging. Me, myself, and my buddy Tricky, we're going for 100% game completion. So we have to go for foraging 50, which is gonna suck. But that's how I enjoy playing the game. I want to get 100% completion. That's just, it feels really satisfying to do that and to get that done, and so that's what I want to do. But what a lot of people don't realize is since it's an MMO, they don't realize how much time they have to put in until they're actually gonna be successful. Like if you look at the event I'm doing right now, I'm doing the Diana Mythological Ritual event. I've already dropped 2 dataless sticks from this event. I've probably already made 110, maybe 120 mil, and I've been doing the event for maybe 8 hours. 8 hours is a lot for just your general player, but that's not even the half of it. To be able to get to this point to do it, I have to get a legendary griffin. I have to grind out all the gold for that. I have to have the stats to kill the mobs efficiently and effectively. I have a max talisman bag. That took me so long to get, so much money to get, so you have to grind out the money, and a lot of people grind for money. I don't think you have to. I think you just gradually make it as you go for what you're doing. Like I wasn't even going for dataless stick drops. What I'm doing is I'm trying to get 10,000 kills on my Beastmaster crest, because that's just another thing I have to tick off for my 100% game completion. But it takes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours to get to the point where you want to be. Like I'm not there yet. I'm pretty close. I could be better. I could not have one for all on my dataless axe. I could have also perfect jaspers. I could have Chimera 5 maxed out dataless axe, and then level 100 griffin with lucky clover, level 100 black cat with lucky clover, and I'm swapping between the two to get the most magic find. There are so many different things that go into getting better at the game, and the point is I have 2.7k hours on the game. So this is why I'm at where I'm at. So when people ask, how do I get to where you are, and you tell them and they don't want to do the grind, then you're never going to be good at the game. You have to be willing to put in hours to get better at the game. There's no shortcuts. Even for flippers, which people think that flipping is the easiest money in the world, which sometimes it can be. Sometimes it can be. But flipping is, and this is coming from somebody who used to love flipping on like other servers. Flipping on Hypixel Skyblock is so counterintuitive to progressing and being able to play all the content in the game, because you're never getting stats when you're flipping. Now there are good flips you can do, like if you learn prices, you can buy things when they're low and sell them when they're high. Like especially for griffin feathers, like at the end of the event they're going to be down to like 40k. If you buy like a full 36 stacks of griffin feathers, you sell them in a month. If Diana hasn't been mayor for a month, you sell them in a month, you're gonna make triple your money. So there are smart flips like that, but once again, that takes time. If you're actively trying to do like craft flips or flipping on AH, generally it's just a big waste of time, because if you would have been grinding that skill out, number one, you'd have stats for it, and you probably could have made, or grinding any skill out, you'd have stats for it, and you probably could have made that money back in that time. That's why I never understand, unless you just really enjoy flipping, why anybody would flip for their money making method. Not to make this video too long, it's just something I wanted to hit on, that too many people get into Skyblock thinking that it's a short game. It's a massive game with tons of content, even though endgame players, and I'm not an endgame player, I'm a late game player, but even though endgame players are content starved right now, there's still tons and tons and tons of content you have to go through if you want to complete the game, or if you want to you know, just progress and level up and gradually get better and better and better. And so my recommendation for what people should do when they want to make more money, or if they're just getting into the game, is either you can go down one of two paths. You can either pick a skill, something that you really enjoy doing, and go all the way down with that skill and gradually make money with that skill. Even if it's not the most efficient, you'll still get to the end where you are, you're just not going to do it the fastest. Or you can be wanting to go get 100% game completion, wanting to do everything as efficiently as possible, and you can go from there. Personally, that's how I decided to play the game, and that's how Tricky, my buddy, decided to play the game, and we're having a lot of fun with it our own way. But once again, that way is not for everybody. I have 2.7k hours in the game. Not a lot of people are even able to devote that much time into the game. But that's the reason why I'm at the point where I'm at. That's the reason I have almost 10 billion net worth. That's the reason why I have skill average 51 and almost all 999 slayers.